Hello YouTube, John here once more with another video. Now I was just playing there a bit of minor swing, and I thought I'd talk today about how you can start playing over changes. If you're not familiar with this, it's quite tricky at first. So the idea of course with this gypsy style is you're playing a chord and then you're playing mainly an arpeggio over the top. This kind of music is mainly arpeggio driven. So what I'm going to do today is just show you some ideas of how you can start expanding your solos from very basic triads to adding some ornaments in your playing, so some common gypsy techniques that you hear all the time, and how you can start expanding your arpeggios to make it sound a little more musical than just playing, just playing the chords. So I think the best way to start playing over these changes is just think really simply. That's how I think of it. It's just these triad shapes. This A minor here on the 5th fret, all right. D minor also on this 5th fret. Now for the E7, you can think two shapes really. You could think, I think of this one. Familiar with that one, it's just a bar down the 7th fret, and then I'll put my little finger on the 9th fret of the B. So that's one thing you could do for that E7, or you could think of that E7 shape, there on the 4th fret. So that's what I'm thinking about in these shapes really. So you can start by thinking, A, D minor, and then this E7. Now, when you want to solo, just start to think of the shape, and if you start off really simply, now that does sound a bit kind of cheesy, but it gets you out of trouble really, because you're playing the arpeggios and it sounds good. You can't make a mistake there. They're all the notes from the chords. But of course we want to make it sound a bit more kind of jazzy, gypsy-like. So what can we do? Well, if you're playing these arpeggios, what happens a lot in gypsy jazz is you have kind of chromatic notes. So there, what I did is I added a note in between the A minor there and the D minor. And then I slid up here to the 7th fret for the E. Now there's a couple of little ornaments they're called in gypsy jazz. You can do this type of thing. So here's an A note. So you pick the note and you hammer onto the 6th fret, but when you do the pull off you pick again and back to the A note. You could do that on every note, couldn't you really? You could think that's a D note of course, to the E. So that's one little ornament you can do to spice things up. That time I did the ornament at the beginning, the arpeggio. And then you could do another ornament on this. You can do them on all of the notes really from that chord. There we go. So that works. You could do it here. Here. The other one that's common in gypsy jazz you hear all the time is this. That little bend, that's really going to the 9th here, the B. go. So that's a good one. I kind of incorporated there that little bending thing, which you hear a lot. And then this little ornament that we just talked about. So that's good. Now, getting back to these triads and spicing them up a bit, don't feel that you have to, you know, do that. It's a good place to start though. What I would do is pick a note, that any note from the first chord, and just see how can you get to it. You know, could you go from, you know, two notes above? So that's quite good. Maybe you don't want to finish just on that note. You could do a little another little ornament. That's a little hammer on. So there you see. Now you can do that with any note. So how does it sound? Two above sounds quite good. What about two below? That's another little trick. There we go. I did two below, went up the arpeggio. Then that little, you know, ornament there, you see. And then I did this thing which I'm so sure you've seen in hundreds of videos, where you can approach the triad from a note below. That sounds good, doesn't it? So, you know, you've got these options. Oh, that note I finish on is another A note. Of course, you can finish on that note. Just for now, just stick on these shapes, you know. And same with the D. That's all I'm thinking is, how would it sound if I pick this note and I go, you know, 2 frets above the note. Now I incorporated a bit more there. I did a little, I don't have to just do this. I did this. So I pull. So a lot of times in this type of music you hear, you know, you're going to that note and then you're going away from that note again and you go back to it. Down the arpeggio. Semitone, back again, back to the A. Alright, and then again you can do this with all of these notes from D minor. So I went to the A there. If I go to the F, now we've got to go to the E. So when you're kind of here, what you want to think is, where is the nearest note that I can play to the nearest chord, and that will make your solo sound smooth. So of course the E is there. So there's some ideas for you. So if I kind of just solo really slow, using some of those ideas, let's see what happens. This is D minor. Alright, so I went through those changes. Really, I'm just all the time thinking of these shapes. And even though it looks like, you know, when you see players playing, they're doing some crazy stuff, there's really a framework to it. And, you know, the framework, and as guitarists, we do like to think of shapes instead of notes. But of course, when you're playing this style, you really need to think of notes if you can. But you know, if you're coming from the rock world, that's a good way to think, because you can just think of shapes, you know, like you might be used to. So yeah, there we go. I hope that helps. Just pick a shape to recap. and play it straight through. D minor, E, back to A. And then see if you can add some ornaments. Start off just with the root. D, E, A. Add some chromatics. Well, there we are. That was quite painless, wasn't it? I hope it was anyway. It's a bit tricky. It takes some going over this type of thing. You just have to do it slowly, like that. And when you get the hang of it, it's not too difficult as long as you've got that framework, as I say. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know if you've got any questions. Leave them in the comments below, and remember to subscribe if you can. If you've got any questions, yeah, let me know, or any suggestions for videos, and email me and I'll be happy to help. So see you in the next video.